Good day, everyone. So today, I will be presenting on the topic of transnationalism and migration. So we will explore how migration connects people across different countries and how it impacts societies. To start, let's define first what is transnationalism. So this concept has various definitions, but at its core, it focuses on exchanges, connections, and practices that happen across borders. It is about how people, ideas, and cultures move beyond national boundaries. In simple terms, transnationalism transcends the idea of a single nation, meaning that connections between people are not limited to one country. Migration and transnationalism. Being connected to several places at once or being neither here nor there has long been a defining feature of the experience of being a migrant. So migration plays a significant role in transnationalism. Migrants are often connected to multiple places at the same time. So this is sometimes described as being neither here nor there, which means that even if someone moves to a new country, they still maintain ties with their home country. So leading transnational, multi-sided lives means that exchanges and interactions across borders are a regular and sustained part of migrants' realities and activities. So migrants often lead transnational lives, meaning they regularly exchange and interact across borders. So this could be through communication with family, financial support, or even political and cultural engagement in both their home and host countries. Transnationalism is not just about movement. It also involves different forms of exchange. So this exchange include first is ideas, in which migrants bring new perspective and knowledge to their home and host countries. Second is values and practices, which is the traditions, customs, and social norms can spread across borders. Next is political mobilization, which migrants may influence political movements or vote in elections from abroad. And economic contributions, which sending monies, remittance, or starting businesses in both their home and host countries. So we have the impact of transnationalism. So it creates a greater degree of connection between individuals, communities, and societies across borders. It brings about changes in the social, cultural, economic, and political landscape of societies of origin and destination. So transnationalism deepens connection between individuals and communities across different countries. So it influences social, cultural, economic, and political aspects in both the home and host countries. So policymaker. So policymakers must look beyond national borders when analyzing policies. So cross-borders connection from migration require appropriate policy interventions. So because nationalism across national borders, policymakers must think beyond their own country when making decisions. So governments need to consider how migration and cross-border connections affect their policies. So we have the role of migration policies. So migration policies in a transnational context impact areas beyond the domestic sphere. So the success or failure of these policies depends on realities beyond a single country's borders. So migration policies affect not just one country but many countries, as they can influence economies, cultures, and people across borders. So the success of these policies depend on how they align with the realities on other countries. So governments must consider global impacts. We will proceed about overseas Filipino and the death penalty, cases that made headlines. We will look at cases that made headlines and the challenges faced by OFWs and their families. So the country has mourned the execution of fellow Filipinos abroad. This is not the first time the nation feared for an OFW's life on death row. So the Philippines has mourned the execution of Filipinos abroad many times. This is not the first time the country has feared for the life of an OFW on death row. So these cases remind us of the dangers that some OFWs face while working in other countries. One of the most talked about cases that was of Jakasha Pawa, an OFW in Kuwait. So she was accused of killing her employer's 22 years old daughter. However, Jakasha Pawa always said she was innocent. So despite efforts from the Philippine government, groups, and her family, she was executed on January 25, 2017 at 3:19 p.m., which is Philippine time. So this case sparked discussion about the risk of OFW's face and the need for better protection for them. So the issue of the death penalty continues to affect the Philippines. Many OFWs work in countries where this punishment exists. Some are falsely accused or do not have enough legal supports to defend themselves. So this is why cases like Jakasha Pawas become big news. So reminding us of the challenges our fellow Filipinos face abroad. Aside from legal risk, the children of OFWs also face difficulties. A report from November 28, 2017 recorded recorded 132 cases of abused OFW children in Davao City. So some children suffer from abandonment by their parents, while others experience sexual abuse, teenage pregnancy, and school dropouts. So many also become addicted to the internet due to lack of parental guidance. So these problems highlight the social effects of migration on families. So now let's proceed to the topic about Anak OFW Workshop Conference, which focused on the experience and issues affecting OFW children. In 2017, the Congressional District Anak OFW Workshop consultation was held to hear the stories of children with parents working abroad. So some of these children shared their struggles, and sadly, 20 of them reported experiencing sexual abuse. So this highlights the need to support and protect the children left behind by OFWs. During the workshop, several serious issues were revealed. So these include sexual abuse, physical abuse, verbal abuse from guardians, economic abuse, abortion, illegal drugs, and bullying. So many children felt unheard. So a silent shout box was created where they could express their experiences. So according to Sia Lana Elento, the box revealed cases of sexual abuse, showing how important it is to address these problems. To help Filipino children, we must take action. First, the government should monitor and provide for these children's needs since their parents are away. So second, LGUs should create job opportunities so that parents don't have to leave the country to earn living. So lastly, it is important to establish a migrant desk in every barangay to assess families with OFW related concerns. So these steps can help to protect and support OFW families. So that's all for my presentation. Thank you.